expatriate from Costa Rica. Today I'm going to talk about how to get your concealed weapon permit down here in Costa Rica. Some people have been asking about it, and I went through the process of going through the coursework and the procedures and requirements of getting a concealed weapon permit. You know, especially when I found out that Costa Rica was one of the nations that signed this United Nations Office of Disarmament Affairs, and it was acted on August, my glasses are steaming up, it's raining out here, August 5th, 2012. And when I found out Costa Rica signed this agreement, which their arm was twisted from the United States to participate in this, I went out and got my concealed weapon permit, because you never know. Yes, the New World Order is working their way down into Costa Rica too. I did a video on all the signs that this country needs to watch out, but I feel very safe here that this country would not allow that to happen. Something else I came across, going off a little off the subject here, something else I came across, there is another New World Order. There's a G77 summit that they had down in Bolivia, and Costa Rica is a member of that. But what is fascinating about it, here's a map of the countries involved. There's no NATO countries, there's no USA, UK, but now they have included China. So there's a group of 77 countries, and they're calling themselves the New World Order. So are we going to have this little competition of New World Order stuff going on? Anyway, back to the gun permit. Let's get back to that. Sorry for the side part of there. Anyway, how I first found out about it, I was a little posting on a utility pole. So I called them and I made an appointment to go to a class. It was a local class. Luckily, it was at a local elementary school on a Saturday. It's a 6-hour course, and it costs $45,000, roughly about $90, $85, $90, where $40 of that actually goes to the school that is teaching the course, and $45 of that goes to the psychological test that you have to take. And it's a very easy test. Basically what they ask you is, do you have any mental problems? Are you on drugs? Are you an alcoholic? Were you ever abused as a child? Did your parents fight in front of you? Does your parents have any alcohol or drug abuse, a history of it? Do you have a history of cancer, hypertension, high blood pressure? These kind of questions. It was about 40, 50 questions, but pretty simple, pretty much common sense. You learn how to answer the questions correctly, you know what they're looking for. So you get this little certificate from the health department here. That gives you that legitimacy. After that, then you take the course, an actual lecture course. This is their study sheet here that they give you. Okay, it's got all the rules, regulations, how to handle a weapon, sight it, goes into some laws. But this is your little study thing. I won't go through all of this, you know, I'll show you real quickly here. And this is all in Spanish. If you do, some of these schools, if you get enough English people up, they will have a course in English for you, but the actual test is in Spanish, I believe. But this is a company out of Perez de Ladon, San Isidro as it's called. So after the course and you pass that, then you go to a little shooting range and practice. We just did it locally here, actually just down the street from me. And the idea is you have to get at least 70%. You get 10 shots, you got to get 70%, 7 shots right in there. Okay, actually we didn't take the actual test there. We had to go to another site where their home classroom is, and that was on another Saturday. So we had to go up there and to take the actual test for the police department, and they're there once again. They got their little shooting range there in their backyard, and actually the police department's there, and you demonstrate to them that you can get at least 7 bullets within the circles. I got all 10 of mine in, but they only counted it as 9 because there was one hole that I seen 2 bullets go through, but they only counted. But it doesn't matter, you know, 90%. Hey, I don't care. I'm happy with that. And I only passed the test at 70%, so that was a minimal passing written test. And so we went and got it. After you pass the written test, it takes a couple weeks for your information to get up to the San Jose, the capital to register that you completed the course, and all the information is up there. So now you have to go to the Administration of Public Security up in San Jose. There's a picture of some of the buildings there you can see. And what you do in there is, before you go in there, there's a guy outside the gate that will take your pictures. It costs about $4 or $5 to get a series of 4 pictures, similar to a passport picture. Then you go inside the building to get your fingerprints done, and there's no cost for that. But what they do is they check all your records. This is the same place that you go to get your residency. Same building, you go there to get your fingerprints, and they start a file on you. So while I was there with my updated photos, what they did is they went back to my residency papers. They grabbed the old photos off that were years old, and they replaced it with a new photo. So they keep pretty good track of you. They do a pretty good job about that. Okay, after you get your fingerprints done, they give you another little form here. You know that you passed your fingerprints, and so you take that next to an appointment that you have to make at the Banco Nacional Costa Rica. And the next step is to get a digital firma card, which looks like this. And basically what that is a security clearance in a sense. And this has all your information in this little chip here. And you need this before you can go down and try to purchase a gun. Okay, this took 2 months to get this appointment. That's how backlogged they are. And you have to go downtown. There are some other places to get it, but they had a longer waiting list. So that took another 2 months to get that. Now, after you got your digital card, you go down to your gun shop and you can buy your gun. You can pick out your gun. If you're going to get a new gun, there's more of a waiting period. So you go in, you buy your gun, you're all happy and stuff, but it takes weeks to actually get your gun. Because what they do, the gun shop sends your gun over to the police, ballistic people, and what they do is take a digital fingerprint of your bullets. They actually fire some rounds, they record it, they take a digital fingerprint of your bullet and the markings, and they go through your gun to make sure everything's up and up. All that is in their records. So that's kind of a good thing. I respect their policy here, so that if you ever used your gun or your gun ended up in a crime, they go back to the records through their digital filing system and go, oh, okay, this is Dr. Menno's bullet here, came from his gun. Let's go book him down. So it goes through that process. Like I said, that takes a couple weeks. Meanwhile, what you do after that is you got to go down and make another appointment. If you try to make this appointment at the post office, and what you do is you're getting your pictures taken for your ID card. Like I said, it takes about a month, a waiting list a month to try to get this done in San Jose, the capital. So I went down to see Donnelly and got it down at a post office that processes the stuff there. Here's the card that identifies your weapon, and you have to carry this with you all the time. It's your serial number. Also, your identification card. Once again, it's chipped. It allows you to carry arm for your personal use. If you're expecting to have a security business or work for a security company, it's a little different ending procedures. It's a lot cheaper to go that route if you're going to want a permit to work for somebody else. But to carry it for yourself, protect your home and your business, this is the identification card. It's a 2-year validation on it. And so every 2 years you got to renew yourself, which I haven't done yet. I'm due up next year to get that renewed. So once you get that done, once again, they send the information to San Jose, and then you pay like $7 to get the card mailed to you to your local post office, and then you pick up your ID cards at the local post office. Then you can go up to where you bought your gun and actually get your gun, and you feel pretty good after this long process to have this actually in your hand, walking out, carrying it like people do when they carry their concealed weapon. So this is what I end up getting. It's called a Taurus, model number PT 24/7 G2, made in Brazil. It's like a Glock, European made, facsimile. You see them a lot on these police shows. It's the most favorite weapon of the police in South America. You can check it out online. Chiquita's taking her bath in the rain. So we got a nice clip. Comes with 2 clips, 17 bullet clip. You get 2 of them, 34 bullets ready to go. Nice little handy gun. It's got some weight to it, so it feels good in the hand. It's got some, comes with changeable grips for a bigger hand, smaller hand. And it's a nice little weapon to have. I always like the 9mm. We have revolvers, 38, 357s. So, like I said, this cost me $770. My receipt. In the store in San Jose. So there you go. You can have weapons, concealed weapons in Costa Rica. It is legal, and I just explained the whole process. And I'm protected in my house. I can carry this anywhere I go, in my car, on my persons. Like I said, concealed. You can't brandish it, show it off. But I feel very protected, and especially the locals know I have this, and they know I'm legal now. So that's a big protection, a big deterrent right there. Now it's kind of funny here too, because I've always had weapons. I always protected my home United States. When I lived in Arizona, man, weapons were everywhere. I used to transport weapons, rifles, semi-automatic pistols, revolvers back and forth from California, Arizona, because they had little agricultural checkpoints there. And weapons weren't a big thing there. I remember when I first went into Arizona in '79 that weapons were everywhere. We were in the country. I worked for the Forest Service. And guys, and I remember seeing motorcycle gangs, well, I know gangs is a loose term, riding down the road with their revolvers on their hips. Okay, this is real common. If you didn't have a gun in your gun rack, in your truck, in your pickup, then you're not it, man. You're not with it. You're not a country boy. Oh yeah, you have to have a fishing pole too on your lower rack. A gun and a fishing pole. If you didn't have those 2 things in your truck, then you didn't belong. And if you got pulled over from the cops by any chance and you didn't have those 2 things in your truck, they knew you were a foreigner, and you probably get more harassed by not having a gun and a fishing pole in your gun racks in the back of your truck. And amazing how times have changed. Now, it used to be that you could bring your guns down here to Costa Rica. Of course, they're in the check-in baggage underneath. And if you have a permit to carry, then you could probably bring it in. I'm not sure what they would do. They might confiscate them until you do get your permit to carry. That was 10 years ago. Things have changed now. I haven't looked into that before I've done this video. So to bring your own weapons down now with all of this terror crap going on, it's hard to say if you can bring your own stuff in. I didn't know this. I sold all my stuff at garage sales and friends, and I came down here clean. When I first got down here, I let the word out to some of the local ticos that I wanted to buy a gun. So they were more than happy to help me. You'd be amazed out here in the country, man. There's guns everywhere. A lot of these guys have guns. So anyway, I did this for 2 reasons. Yes, I feel comfortable protecting myself in my house. Also, I wanted to let the guys know in the Pueblo I'm armed. So that word spreads pretty quick down in the Pueblos. When you let the word out, you're looking for a gun, that word gets spread around pretty quick. And it's a little preventative maintenance, preventative security, because they think that, and they know that you are armed up there. Plus what I did is you buy some boots and machete, which makes you a little bit on the local side. And I'm out there using my chainsaw and weed eater, which they really think I'm local. They gave me the name Gringo Loco. Most of these extranjeros, foreigners down here, they wouldn't even dare touch a weed eater or a chainsaw. But hey, I'm used to it. I'm out there working with these guys, so they think I'm crazy. And they know that I'm armed. So I think that helped a lot. It gives you a little security, a peace of mind, and it lets the guys know in the Pueblo that you mean business. Don't mess with it. And that's just a little word of advice if you're moving down here. And these guys are more than willing to help. There's about 40,000 armed legal security guys here, private security, OIJOTA, which is their FBI force, their Fuerza Publica, which is their national police force. So there's plenty of guns here. And I would say there's about 100, 200,000 illegal guns that people have in their possession. Like I said, mostly out in the country, because guys use them to hunt. They use them to slaughter their cows and pigs. So it's pretty common. You go to a hardware store, you buy the ammo there. There are stores around. Of course, there's armory stores where you can get your gun and your ammo, but there's a lot of some hardware stores and side stores that do sell bullets on the side. Especially 22s are real popular with the Ticos. That's what they use the most. Smaller gauge shotguns. But hey, there's no reason why you can't have them. Keep it in your house. Keep it for your protection. Don't brandish it. Don't go out shooting around your neighborhood. It might make some people nervous. I'm Dr. Mano, the true expatriate down here in Costa Rica, and living the pure vida secured life with my 9mm. Pure vida from Costa Rica. If you want to escape tyranny to Costa Rica, let me help you relocate yourself or your family, help you find a nice home, a lot, some land to self-sustain you and your family with plenty of water and plenty of food in the jungle. Respond to the email that you see here and we'll be glad to help you out.